fans, and welcome along to the continuing journey for Season 3, Round 10, live from the home of British Motorsport, Silverstone, for the MotorMouth Broadcasting Ultimate GT Challenge. We're coming towards the business end of the season, and what a venue to play out what is going to be an exciting 60-minute encounter around this 3.66-mile circuit that has been established on the back of an old airfield back in 1948. Hello, everybody. Alex Goldschmidt standing in for Hamish Monroe, who is elsewhere at the moment, and I'm joined in the booth by resident MotorMouth Broadcasting head honcho, Jim Cunningham. Jim, good evening.
Good evening. It's a pleasure to be here. Well, my mic is, you'll have to apologize for my mic. It's extremely low. I'm going to add some gain to it here, see if we can figure this out. Go ahead and talk to them about Silverstone.
Yes, indeed. This circuit is the Arena Grand Prix variation, measures 3.66 miles. That's just a shade under 5.9 kilometers. Has been in use since 2021 and has a lot of fast-paced, fast-flowing corners, and of course, with the most iconic set of corners that has been mirrored around circuits around the globe. Of course, I am talking about the famed Maggotts, Becketts and Chapel complex. But we do have three classes that are still vying for championship honours. Of course, the calendar has been thrown a week forward. So let's remind you of the schedule. We started off back at Hockenheim, then went to Road Atlanta, Silverstone, Spa. Then it was Daytona. Of course, here at Silverstone, we are a little bit further later. So it's going to be Spa, which will be the penultimate round in just a week's time, and then Daytona for the 90-minute series finale will close things off. A big thank you to Admin Box, Sim Coach, and Lucid Graphics, the sponsors of the Ultimate GT Challenge. But we have got the last couple of minutes of this side of things. So let's run you through the standings. In the GT3 Pro Class, Spencer Duquette leads the way just by about 120 points ahead of Justin Box. Stephen Smith rounds out the top three with Nathan Biggett. Travis Roberto, who was looking pretty quick in qualifying just a few moments ago, rounds out your top five. Joseph Dupont, Francis Crosby, Michael Anderson, Derek Folker, and then Harrison Holiday rounds out the top 10 in the Pro Class standings. Then we head to Pro Am. And thereby things are getting getting quite interesting in their own right, because Jad Cotterman has a big lead over Mark Ozier. Brian Scott, Chet Miller, and Jacob Cotterman round out your top five with Ty Baxter. And then we got Michael Caffrey showing up twice on the top 10. Stuart Jones and Branson Herzing rounds out. He's a very bad man. That's why. There we go. Yep. Yep. So Branson Herzing rounds out the top 10. Then we go to the ultra competitive GT4 class as well. Lance Campbell leading the way by a big, huge margin ahead of Aidan Kelly, with Cole Maley rounding out your top three, James Langevin. And then we got Christopher Grondin rounding out the top five, John Voigt, Michael Smith, Corey Patton, and Chad Gross round out your top 9 runners and riders in the series. Now, for those wondering...
All right, I think I got my problems worked out. There we go. Yep, we're good now.
We're coming to the end of warm-up, Jim. It's been a pretty exciting Season 3 so far, hasn't it?
It has, and a little background that you don't know. These guys were broadcast on our channel last season, and we basically the first half of this season they were elsewhere, and they came back, and we're finishing out the season with them. So it's great to have these guys back, as we've got a lot of what I would consider friends here in this league, and so yeah, it's great to have them back on the channel, and we are really looking forward to next season. We got some huge things coming, but we do have a grid. Let's get that up, and we'll try to get this thing going. I have been one technical difficulty after another so far.
Yep, so Travis Roberto takes pole in qualifying by over 0.3 of a second ahead of Daniel Schmoll in the number 42 BMW. Justin Bock and Derek Falk around at row 2. Nathan Biggett and Kurt Basler in the number 396 Porsche, whose pole in Pro-Am round out the top 3. Chet Miller and Michael Anderson row 4. Brian Scott, and the 28 Ford of Chad Gross takes GT4 pole position, qualifies 10th overall. Justin Welsh and Stephen Smith rounds out your top 6 rows on the 31 strong grid. Francis Crosby and Spencer Duquette rounds out the top 7 rows. Brandon Herzing, Harrison Holiday, Jed Cotterman and Jason Holland round out the top 9 rows, with Guilherme Oliveira from Brazil and Lance Campbell from Canada rounding out your top 20. Cole Maley and James Langevin round out row 11, with Hunter Gerard and John Voigt rounding out row number 12. Completing the 31 strong grid will be Michael Smith, Christopher Grandin, Skylar Daly, Jacob Cotterman, Mark Ogier, Aidan Kiley and DJ Patterson, the latter 4 not having set lap times in the 10-minute qualifying session here at Silverstone. It's very much like a British GT field when they normally run as the Silverstone 500, a yearly event that happens at the Home of British Motorsport. But it is going to be very, very close indeed, as they are going to make their way through Club Corner as they will head down the Lewis Hamilton Straight as we get set and ready. Noah's Ark style 2x2, and out of the final corner the lights will very quickly go from red to green. They have to wait until Barney on the flag stand waves the green flag. The field starts to accelerate, and for 60 minutes here at Silverstone we are underway as Roberto gets the opening lead, but Daniel Small turned into a bit of a sideways spin, manages to catch it. But Justin Bock, and there's a bit of carambolage going through, Daniel Small involved, there's a multitude of cars that have been affected, Justin Bock being one of them, so the 776 Aston Martin and the 42 BMW M4 GT4 tumbled to the bottom of the order. Nathan Biggett, I think, had problems in the 01 Mustang GT3, but what a big old moment for Daniel Schmoll. He managed to hang on to it, and then everything else just happened, and someone else has gone exit stage left. That's Brandon Herzing, who's gone off, and I think has just hit the barriers in the 96 Aston Martin. So that was a big old wreck within the first 60 seconds. But in the GT4 field, things look to be a little bit more comparative as Travis Roberto now trying to get through. I think that is on one of the Porsches that we saw a little bit earlier on that's had a bit of drama. And that is Baszler and Roberto, and they've both gone off the barriers on the National Pit Straight. Roberto's gone off into the barriers again. That's on the run down to Cops Corner, and there's Morton, and that's just, I think that's Spencer Duquette. Yeah, Spencer.
Yes, Spencer Duquette.
Just caught up in the crossfire, tried to thread the eye of the needle.
Maybe these guys shouldn't have taken off for Thanksgiving, because they forgot how to race.
I think the cobwebs definitely have well and truly come back in spades here, Jim. But
wow!
But a very, very Guilherme Oliveira has just gone off in the 99 McLaren. Travis Roberto's in the pit lane. No surprise there. DJ Patterson is in there, so we've got to try and wait. I think maybe wait for these guys. Like Kurt Baszler's got no front bumper on that Porsche.
Yeah, we're gonna
need to
through
pick
this here
together, aren't we?
Yeah, I think so. All right, let's see. We'll focus on the leader right now. There's not a ton of action going on right now. Let's jump back here real quick. Look like some more drama happening. All right.
Yeah, it's just there's a lot to pick apart.
It's everywhere. All right, let's focus up here on the leaders, on this top 3, and let me go back and see if I can sort some of this out. So, all right.
Yep, it's Michael. Yeah, it's Michael Anderson in the number 2 Mercedes that has a 1.6 second lead over Derek Folker in the number 410 Mustang. There's Stephen Smith in the Smith Brothers Racing number 169 M4 GT3 Evo.
Right.
Closing
so this
in.
was all right. Well, this is not what we.
This is right. Okay. Well, that was.
I don't know why it's showing before the green flag. Never mind. Here we go. All right.
Maybe there was a. Yeah.
So here we go. Now we got it. So this is one of the first incidents.
So there was Justin Bock being turned around, and Daniel Schmoll, who got a little bit of a love tap on the right rear and sent the BMW into a bit of a spin. So that's the first.
Let's see. Now this is another version of that. So did Justin got hit? He didn't. Or did
Yeah,
he?
Justin got hit by. Well, it was Daniel that got hit by somebody else, and it was a black and blue Mustang behind. So whether it was maybe it might have been Derek Volker, because Derek was up 2 spots. Yeah, there you see. It's the
Okay.
contact from the
Yep.
Mustang on the right hand side that sends Daniel
All right.
into Justin.
Well, just for the record, when Justin watches this back, I had not mentioned his name or put a camera on him, so it is not my fault this week.
No, it's definitely
I
not.
commentator curse him like you would not believe. I can just start thinking about it and it happened. All right. So then here's the next incident. This is involving Brandon Herzing.
Yeah, so Brandon is closing into Justin Welsh, and he gets tagged from behind. Now, that was one of the McLarens, so not too sure which one that was, because it could have been either one of the following: Spencer Duquette, Guilherme Oliveira, Jason Holland, Jacob Cotterman, Mark Ozier, Brian Scott. One of those multiple drivers.
Well, I don't think it was Cotter. I don't think it was Jacob Cotterman, because I don't think he's actually started the race. Well, I think he's still injured, but I don't know.
Well, Brandon actually he lost it all on his own.
Yeah,
a little bit over rotation. Yeah. Loving the patriotism.
I know.
Of both the United Kingdom.
That was a nice paint job, wasn't it? Oh
yeah, and
what?
DJ Pat. That was now I'm not too sure what happened there, but
that seems like some kind of like
yes,
soft or some kind of issue. Yeah, that's not a. I don't think that was a wreck as much as that was a equipment failure or something. All right, let's go back live and let's figure out where we're at here. We got a little action going on.
Yeah,
and we'll sort. It's just that was too crazy to try to actually sort out. That was an insane start. Welcome to MotorMouth Broadcasting in the GT Challenge, Alex.
There we go. Yeah, my debut, and all of a sudden it horribly goes wrong on lap 1.
Very much like the mixed martial arts fight you were broadcasting the other night. Just pure chaos and ass kicking going on out here.
Oh, yes, it definitely was, and there was some highlight knockouts, that was for sure.
Oh yeah, I got to watch a good bit of it. It was pretty good so far.
Yeah, so we've got Stephen Smith battling away with Francis Crosby in the Bike Point Racing 92 Mercedes-AMG GT3 Evo, and this is for position in the pro class. So a lot of these drivers, I mean, Travis has not opted to carry on with the race. I mean, it's a real shame for Travis. I mean, he got pinched in that hard position. I mean, he tried to make the thread the eye of the needle movement, going through 3 wide into Copse. That never works out for anybody. A little bit further back, we've got Justin Welsh, who is up 2 spots from 7th on the grid. Harrison Holiday, in the meantime, started 11th in the Pro Division, and now is up 5 spots in the Blue Point Racing number 27 Mustang. And he's got to watch his 6 a little bit, because there is a closing McLaren, but it's not probably in his, well, it might be, it's either a McLaren or it's a Corvette. My apologies there. That's Jet Miller, who's leading in Pro-Am at the moment. Jason Holland second in there. Jed Cotterman rounding out the top 3. Chad Gross and Lance Campbell are about, a few seconds apart at the minute. So we are going to find that point, as we normally do here in the Ultimate GT Challenge, Jim, that there will be a point when the GT3s will start lapping the GT4s, considering the lap times.
Except for this. He has to be labeled wrong. That has to be a GT3 car he's in. There's no way this guy is in 3rd place overall in a GT4 Mustang. That is a GT3 Mustang.
That is 100% a GT3 Mustang.
Yeah. I'm going to double check that, because, here we got it. This is the GT4 Mustang. Yeah, that's not the same.
Yeah,
okay. All right, he's mislabeled, because I was just fixing to say, I don't know who this dude is, but he needs a pro ride if he's got a GT4 Mustang up in 3rd place overall. He must be new this, and I have not got him classified yet. Let's get him squared away.
Yeah, so more to the point, it is the case, well, that particular car does have a little bit of a wiggle coming out of club corner, so a lot to already have dissected in the first 8.5 minutes of this race. Now, because this is a championship round, there is 75% fuel load maximum for each of the GT3s and the GT4 competitors. So we still have 2 rounds to go, Spa-Francorchamps, and then Daytona for the 90-minute Enduro, and that will be over the next 2 weeks live here on MotorMouth Broadcasting. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe whilst you're at it. Meantime, Michael Anderson is still being hounded by the 410 Mustang GT3 of Derek Fulker, as looks like we've had a change in P3. There's Michael Anderson, who is being hounded by Derek Fulker. So the Mustang versus the rough and aggressive, throaty sounding exhaust notes of that Mercedes. But now Francis Crosby has found himself behind Stephen Smith.
Well, so we got to count Chad Gross in there. He's actually, I think, going to be third once I get this squared away.
Okay, so that will put him
because he
effectively.
Yeah.
So he's a GT3 Pro then, isn't he?
Yes. Well, I would think he's a pro at that kind of speed. He's up there. I mean, he's putting down. He qualified up front, and he's putting down a really good lap time. So he's got to be a pro. If not, we'll square that away later. But
yeah. So effectively, the battle for the race lead is continuing onwards. We've got a battle for what will effectively be 4th and 5th. So there we go. Chad Gross now goes up into GT3 Pro, and he is currently P3. So the Zoot Lord Racing duo of Fulker and Gross are running 2nd and 3rd respectively in the GT3 Pros, but Anderson is trying to make the rear haunches of that GT3 Mercedes as wide as humanly possible as they come down into what will be the first corner on the circuit, known as Abbey, then into Farm Curve. Let's stick on board with Derek Fulker for a complete lap as we head into turn 3 at Village. Hard on the brakes, turn it left, turn it right, mind out for the sausage curb, then through the left-hander here at the loop before we get on the power and up the gearbox through into Aintree, and then it is the blast down the iconic Wellington Straight underneath the bridge, which is actually part of originally Bridge Corner, part of the circuit here at Silverstone in its former years. And then it's the hard braking zone into Brooklands as they're catching, that's the 45 of DJ Patterson they've just had to avoid going through Luffield. Now it's on the power. You can see how close Fulker is to the back of Anderson as they go up the gearbox. He's looking to the inside here at Woodcote, and he's just nosed ahead. He's going to keep it very close to the Armco on the right-hand side, and Derek Fulker takes the race lead here on lap 6 with an audacious move. You don't see it very often, and he keeps the power mounted through here at Cops Corner, which is somewhere where former Red Bull Racing team principal Christian Horner says you can't overtake. Well, you can. Maggotts, now Becketts. It's going to be down the gearbox into around about 3rd gear before you accelerate out of Chapel Curve, and then it's all the way down the Hanger Straight. And if anyone might remember the 2014 British Grand Prix, I was there in a media capacity and witnessed Kimi Raikkonen's smack into the barriers off of the bridge at 51 Gs of force. Through into Stowe Corner, it goes Derek Fulker here at Stowe, and then it's the short shoot through Vale, and then into Club Corner, which then will complete a full 3.66 miles here at Silverstone. So rather than the usual track map that you're all accustomed to here on the Ultimate GT Challenge, we've given you a full race pace lap here with Derek Fulker on board.
Yeah, that was awesome. Thanks. And what a pass by Fulker. I think Anderson actually got a little bit wide there and got off the circuit just a little bit. I think had to lift, but still a beautifully executed pass there for the lead. And let's see. We got a little action back here. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, we got. Yeah. I think you were right, because coming out of Luffield, I think Anderson got a little bit of a wobble coming through the corner, and that did not help him at all. And that's the recovering Daniel Schmal that's just got through on Chet Miller, who is now 3 seconds ahead of Jason Holland in the GT3 Pro-Am category, and the number 7 Mustang GT3 of Jed Cotterman rounds out your top 3 in that class. Brian Scott and Jacob Cotterman round out the top 5. GT3 Pro, it's Fulker from Anderson, Gross, Smith and Crosby rounding out your top 5. Now, at the moment, well, it is Lance Campbell that is leading the way, the GT4 class leader, ahead of Cole Maley And then Hunter Gerard rounding out your top 3. James Langevin and John Voigt round out the top 5 as we're 13.5 minutes in. And one of the big things about this circuit here, Jim, is that apart from it being fast and flowing, is that you have got a lot of full throttle time. As there we see in picture Justin Bock behind the wheel of the 8th placed 776 Aston Martin, the twin turbo 4-litre V8, chasing down right on the rear of Harrison Holiday, who's now currently running P7. But here is he's got to watch his 6 a little bit here at the minute, because Daniel Schmoll is closing in the 42 PM.
He is indeed. He's got him right on his tail, actually. As we see as he's making a move to make the pass there. Oh, they're going 3 wide here, it looks like. Oh.
Yeah, Justin. Yeah, Justin went a little bit too deep in there, trying to carry the move around the outside, but it's diving into Club corner. Is the Aston going to stick it around the outside of the Mustang here through a Club? Yes, he is. And that is a brilliant.
That's way wide there, though. That's going to be a slow down.
Wide. That's going to be more than likely a slow down penalty.
Oh, they didn't give him one.
No. I think mainly because of the fact he was trying to keep out of harm's way, because he had Daniel Schmoll to his inside. He had Schmoll behind him, Holiday to his inside, and he thought, well, I'm going to give it the Hail Mary, and he did the old Slim Shady, got the job done. So
he did.
Nice move there by Justin Bock. You could see there was a little bit of scrambling behind the steering wheel there.
Well, he's trying to, recover from that that shot he took early on that spun him, and I think he was up around 4th place or so in class, and when he got hit or in that first lap incident and got spun. So he's recovering from that nicely. It's going to obviously be a long race when you get spun on the first lap like that.
Yeah, which wasn't, he was just caught up in the crossfire, because it was the incident that involved this man here, Daniel Schmoll, who in turn was also, I think, got a little bit of contact going into Abbey at turn 1, and then just all hell
with Harrison Holiday here, wasn't it? I believe.
No, it wasn't. It might have been with either Derek Fulker or Chad Gross, one of the two, but we didn't really catch a number. It was one of the Zoot Lord. It was one of the Zoot Lord cars, so. Not exactly sure who that was, but look at that. You've got a nice portrait portrait picture of Harrison, and the nice flower. It's like a Gabriel Iglesias Hawaiian combi shirt.
It is, sir. For us older folks, a Don Ho holiday special.
Be like Hawaii 5-0, book him, Dano.
That's right. Yeah, so I didn't have the cameras up when we first got going here because unfortunately we were having all kinds of technical difficulties, and I literally had to restart the entire. Whoa, my goodness, there goes Small again.
Oh dear, that was
he held on to it at least.
Yeah, well, it just goes to show that when you
turn that traction control up, baby.
Yeah, I think maybe the brake bias was a bit pointing towards more the front than the rear, because it was coming out of the first half of Club. But look at Lance Gamble.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a big lead over Cole Maley at the moment, and the gap is about 5.7 seconds at the minute. So
he's really dominated this class this season and last season as well. He had a phenomenal season. He's fast, man, and yeah, he's had a heck of a couple of seasons here. I just wanted to go back and give the GT4s a little love. Usually when Hamish is here, we have a picture-in-picture, and he focuses a lot on the GT4 battles and stuff like that. And since he's off this week, I just want to say for the record for all you guys that, Hamish loves you, but he doesn't love you enough to skip a music festival for his partner's birthday.
That's why he's, well, I mean, at the end of the day, we all have social lives, folks. So
no, that's I have none. This is my social.
Well,
I come on here and talk to my friends. That's what I do. But and we got Cole Malley back here. I think Cole dressed for the occasion today. Oh, he's got his lab coat on. So Cole is a man of many roles. We say he looks like Bill Nye the Science Guy, so apparently that's the role he's going for today. We also say he looks like an accountant, and he'll dress up like that sometimes. But we even got him to wear a bathrobe when they were at spa one time.
Oh my goodness, mate!
Oh yeah, he's great.
You know what I'll have to do? I'll have to try and do a Charles Banana impersonation when Charles Leclerc was sim racing, and for his Twitch stream, once he actually dressed up in a banana suit. So maybe Cole might be able to do something special
Now,
for the season finale at Daytona. You never
there you
know.
go. Now, see, that would be a special, all right, for sure. But yeah, he's been great, man. We had a lot of fun with him over the past couple of seasons. You know, he played along, changed his Discord handle right away. Yeah, he's been great fun. So yeah,
Yeah,
we appreciate that too. It makes it a little more, just a little more entertaining. We do have a little
yeah,
battle back here for third and fourth in the GT4s. Everybody else kind of spread out a little bit, but
yeah. That's James Langevin closing in on the 428 BMW M4 GT4 of Hunter Girard. I did notice that John Voigt did have an off track. So unfortunately dropped it off the circuit, as we are now coming up to just under 30 seconds before we hit 1/3 of the timer elapsing. Now, Jed Cotterman has just dropped it big time.
oh
Now,
no.
where on earth we lost it? Because he's just dropped
Oh,
to
just so you know,
7th spot.
Jed is the big boss. So,
Yes.
but let's see what happened to old Jed here.
So this is going to be under the brakes. Okay, turns the car in. Now this is at Brooklands.
Oh, he caught that
And it's
curb a little bit and
yeah.
just back in, come around on him. That's well, at least he didn't tear it up.
Well, no, he tore the grass up, which is a good thing.
He did.
But it'll dirty the tyres a little bit. But that's the thing. When you come into Brooklands, you've got to be very, very committed. You can't over-rotate the car. And when you start hitting the loud pedal that little bit too hard, yeah, he might give himself a little bit of a kick and say, look, don't do that again. But once we get into the final third of this race, now, one of the things I was trying to allude to earlier before we started going up and down the field was the fact that this circuit, you're basically a full throttle for over 70%. So it's a very, very heavy fuel dependent circuit, and can also, and there is Mark Ozier, one who also loves to, I'm glad to see Mark continues to run in the good old Harrods McLaren F1 LM style livery like he always does in the McLaren 720S. Mark currently running in P8 in Pro Am. It's showing on the live timing at the moment, but Mark's always he's one of these guys that never gives up. He always keeps on pushing, and no matter how many dramas he's had in the race, he's a trooper.
That's good. We like those kind. We like the guys that don't give up. Speaking of don't giving up, here's Jed trying to recover. Of course, he's your big points. Whoa, who was that? Somebody was spun around right there.
That was Mark Ozier.
Oh, well, he's not going to give up. We already know that about him. So, and we got Nathan Biggert back. He's been gone for a while, but let me tell you what, last season, this guy was just a machine when it came to speed. I'm sure life got in the way of this season. He hadn't been around a lot. Man alive, this guy was fast last year. He won or was the fast guy in almost every single race. He was brilliant last year. But he started out good, I think, and then he had to miss a bunch of events. So I think he's coming back to finish out the season. Glad to see him back. In fact, let me pull up. I think he's probably got a picture up. This guy right here will. Well, I forget. Hamish called him the Amish racer or something like that because of this look here he's got going on.
Well, I can understand, but no. I'm sorry, but that man has got strong beard game.
He does have
strong
beard game. He does indeed have strong beard game. Yeah, Nathan's great. He's a fast driver too. Seems to be. He must have gotten involved in. Before the race started, he jumped to the pits for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe he forgot to refuel his car after qualifying or something. Maybe it was something like that. I don't know. Because I did see that he jumped to the pits right before the start of the race. So that would be my guess.
Yeah, there's normally that sort of like minute and a half to 2 minute window for everyone to ready up for the rolling starters. There is the recovering Kurt Baszler, who is running P7, so he's having a battle with Jed as they are battling through back marker traffic. They've just got through on Hunter Girard in the 428 BMW M4 GT4. So nice bit of traffic negotiation between the pair. So yeah, Kurt is closing in on Jed at a rapid rate of knots. So it is Mustang versus Porsche.
So check this out. I did not realize he was actually in the race, but Jacob Cotterman is in the race. And you see he's got that picture there. I guess he does not have his camera up. He probably does not want us to see him.
Oh yes. Is he driving one-handed because he's got a broken collarbone?
Well, he might be. He either got cleared by the he went to the orthopedic doctor yesterday, so he could have gotten cleared to drive, but I'm sure it's not comfortable. So I don't know if he's actually doing one-handed or not. He could be, but since we do have him on screen right here, and I just feel like embarrassing him, there he is at the hospital with his broken collarbone and his sling. So, Jacob, that one's for you, buddy. So.
Yeah, I did. I did have a look at last week's broadcast, and yeah, I did see that the picture made its appearance then as well.
Yes.
But kudos to Jacob for getting back behind the wheel. And
yeah, either way, he's running fourth in class right now.
Yeah, and
so,
you know, his pace isn't too bad either.
No, not at all.
2 last time around, but Chet and Jason at the front end of the Pro-Am class are blisteringly quick at the moment.
They are
3.4. With Chet running in the sole Corvette that we have got in combined through Pro and Pro-Am. Jason running in Woking's finest, the 720S GT3 Evo. So, but at the moment, the closest battles, there's a few of them developing on track. We've got Crosby versus Smith again, ding ding round 2.
Right.
Holiday and Charles battling away for 8th in Pro. Pro-Am, we've got Holland and Scott, they're battling away over P2 and P3, and there's Francis, who's now back ahead of Stephen. So this has been like a bit like musical chairs between these two. So Francis now.
Oh, there's Stephen. Look, got his seatbelt strapped in. He's good to go.
Exactly, and the more realism you can get through the immersion of sim racing, the more in tune you feel with your race car as well. So BMW versus Mercedes, it's a Falterbach in the leading car out of this duo, and then Munich's finest just behind. But then
followed by English. Oh
yes, Gaydon's finest. But just so happens to have a CEO that is a Canadian.
He is a Canadian, yes. Which is funny because that's not even their last name. Stroll is not. It's like Stroll. Yes. It's like it's almost like a Russian sounding name or something. I think, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Strolinsky or something. I heard it the other day, but I didn't realize that wasn't their real name. Now you're Googling to see what it is, aren't you?
Strulovich. Strulovich is the actual.
Yes, Strulovich.
It's the actual original name. Jewish Russian by descent. Huh? So, yeah.
Well, that explains his dominance of the fashion industry then.
Yeah. Well, Jacob Cotterman, in the meantime, has gotten a slowdown penalty, and is that John Voight we see?
That is, VR? Yes. Yeah, he's in. Oh, yeah, he's in VR. Yeah.
Looks like his camera's had a freeze frame moment.
It does. It does. Either that or he's just he's dialed in right now. I don't know. Yeah, he's definitely had a freeze frame moment there.
But still, keeping things very, very much on track as we see Jed trying to recover once again. As we've had a moment. Crosby and Smith, I think, have just come together.
Oh, they sure did.
Got a slowdown penalty. So
let's see what happened here.
That's allowed Justin Box. So, Smith has gone for the move, and this is where the contact's going to happen. It's coming through Brooklands and into. What
was that? That was a little weird.
That was a hip check.
That was a hip check.
I think Stephen went to avoid it because he dived down into Brooklands, and then there was the crisscross. So he's gone. They've got into Lovefield, and it's like being rear quarter panel meets rear quarter panel, and Francis gets a slowdown because he's been nerfed into a slight
Let's see what happened
off
here.
track.
Let's look at it.
So into Brooklands. Okay, you can see that Stephen's trying to open the steering, then bang, and then he's gone off. Francis has effectively shortcutted the circuit, which has given him the slowdown, which he quickly served. Now we've got pit stops happening. So Michael Anderson in, Chad Gross in, Crosby in, Justin Welch is now in. So we're getting to that point. I would probably say, I mean, the GT4s will go for a little bit longer, but now, look at this, an absolute raft of cars coming in.
So my question is this...
Oh, no!
What happened?
Did you see that?
No, I missed it.
We did have a McLaren coming together. Jason Holland just got rear-ended, I think, by Brian Scott. So Brian Scott, I think, is in the 46 Castrol liveried McLaren.
Yeah,
Jason Holland got a biff up the backside.
Well, a lot of them are taking tires here. That's kind of surprising. You usually don't see that in GT racing too much.
Well, the thing is, Silverstone, apart from the fuel side of things, is that the track is quite abrasive in terms of there's a lot of lateral sideways momentum going through. So you're going through a lot of lefts, a lot of rights, and at high speed, and that really does put, as Jason Holland does a bit of a burnout to get the tyres up to temp on the rear.
Look at his rig, would you?
God, it's like a shiny disco ball in there.
I want to dance.
It's like you need the dancing.
I have to say that's pretty epic looking though, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that
Jason's,
is pretty cool.
I mean, the thing is that you. For those wondering at home that are new to MotorMouth Broadcasting, welcome along to the show. Thank you so much for joining us. But if you caught a glimpse of, he's not running triples, he's running a quadruple monitor
he's
setup.
Got a quad setup.
He's got the information on the top screen, so at least it means he can have a little look up top as Derek Falker now comes into pit lane. And more to the point,
and Bach also.
Yep. So Justin Bach now pits in. Harrison Holiday yet to stop. So here comes the Flower Power tribute band. As we'll start calling him. He now dives into pit road. So
the Flower Power.
There we go. Gabriel Iglesias, Hawaii 5-0, and now Flower Power mentioned in the same broadcast. Mark Ozier is the only one in GT3 Pro AMs that have yet to pit.
So I'm guessing we're not. Does this mean that we potentially could have a second splash for gas in this later in this race?
It depends on,
because a lot of these guys stopped on lap 14, which was short of the halfway mark.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, it just depends on how much fuel they're really starting to use in that pit lane by pushing. I mean, there was a lot going on in that opening lap, and everyone was chomping at the bit. There were mistakes being made. If you over rotate, if you spin the tires, that will compromise your fuel mileage. So it's going to be interesting to see how the pecking order sort of comes along. I mean, this is a very, very fast circuit here at Silverstone. I don't think we're going to see the GT4s probably pit for at least another, I would probably say maybe closer to the 40-minute mark, if I'm honest with you, Jim. Because of the fact that they won't take so long to get
to figure out what happened to Nathan Biggert. Is he gone?
Nathan Biggert? Well, that's strange because he stopped down on circuit just after completing lap 15, and that car where is it now? Where has he gone? You're right. That's a big problem.
I don't see him
unless he's had a DC. He's possibly had a disconnect.
Maybe something happened because he just started dropping down the order, and at first I thought he was pitting again, but then I looked and he had already pitted. I don't know what happened there.
Well.
As we are now seeing Lance Campbell here.
Yeah, well, as we keep our eyes on Lance, John Voigt has just pitted in the numbers 29 McLaren now. So
okay, so that's our first of our
our GT4s.
First of our front running GT4s. Yeah, I think a couple of the guys that had incidents early have pitted, but as far as the guys who have not. This is the first. So I would think that Malley and Campbell should be pitting pretty soon.
Yeah.
Let's see if I got everybody. I like to give everybody a little airtime that's got their cameras up, just for the sake of, the fact that they went to the effort of putting their cameras on for us. So I tell you who I have not got is Crosby. Where is he? Well, yeah, we got him a little bit actually earlier.
Yeah, when we had him and
actually
Stephen Smith battling away.
Got a good battle here anyway right now. So give him a little air time as well. With
that's Justin Welsh, who's now closing in on Francis Crosby. So Francis now up 6 positions, even though he had to slow down penalty. Now Justin Welsh has actually been able to better Stephen Smith in the pit lane.
He did.
Maybe might have just gotten in. Yeah, jumped back in front of him, even though Stephen was slightly quicker on his marks in his pit box. But it's all about getting out of the pits as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
And yeah, it looks like Nathan Beckett has become, unfortunately, our 3rd retiree. So at the beginning of this race, we had 31 cars. We are now, Aidan Kiley didn't even make it to the grid. We now got Justin Bock, and he's chasing down Chad Gross like a rash at the minute. He's going for broke, is the man in the number 776 Aston Martin. We ride on board as they will be going through Maggotts, Becketts and Chapel. And if people can understand where I can see where we're picking them up from, I've been at Silverstone. I've commentated at Silverstone IRL, most specifically at the, and this is a long title, Distrigo Parts Distribution Citroen C1 24 Hours of Silverstone back in 2019, and that was with 99 Citroen C1s on the grid, all road legal, all with MOTs. We even had a Team USA crew come over to compete, which was pretty awesome. But now coming through in towards the final couple of corners out through Club, Justin's losing a little bit of time. And the good thing is, I mean, that Mustang, when it hit the iRacing service, it was an unknown. A lot of people were not too sure because it's as aerodynamic as a brick. Let's be completely honest with the Ford Mustang. But it has, in the hands of a lot of people, found a lot of fans as well, because it's got a nice exhaust note, it's got a lot of power, it's easy to mould to a particular driving style. As they're closing in on John Voigt. Now, John, you need to keep on the racing line as Justin gets the slingshot here.
Oh, look at that move.
Hip check down the hanger straight.
That was a nice move right there. I like that. Man, Justin's doing a great job. He's worked his way all the way back up to 2nd place, considering what happened to him on the opening lap. And that's not an easy task, and he's done it in 35 minutes, so that truly is not an easy task to do.
Well, especially down the Wellington straight. I've got my corners mixed up there, but they were
see? That's what happens when you boast about that extremely long title that you said.
But it's. I will make my excuse in the fact that it's 2:40 in the morning here in the United
Kingdom. Well, that's
true.
It is 2:40 in the morning.
Michael Smith has just been given a black flag, possibly for speeding in pit lane. So that is going to be a 35-second stop and hold.
That's probably what. Yeah, he is in pit road. Yeah.
Lance Campbell is in pit lane, but
so
Justin Bock.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wanted to remind everybody what happened to Justin here early in the race, given that he's recovered to 2nd place. So that's Justin getting spun around there. And so that's, that rocketed him down the grid. And I know he was certainly back in 10th or 12th overall at one point. So that's been quite a recovery for him. I just wanted to give him a little props there for that. As he and Chad Gross go ripping down the straight here. Although I'm not sure that
Smith
Derek is going to be catchable.
That's going to be a bit of a tall order, to be honest with you. But I think, now just saw that Stephen Smith just picked up a slowdown penalty and has just been able to serve it. So, as this race goes on.
This one's not over with yet, these two.
No. no, far from it. Far from it, to be honest. I mean, the thing is that when we went green, it was like a case of all for themselves, and you just can see. But also one of the reasons you mentioned about tyre temperatures, the track temperature at the moment is 104 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh my goodness.
So that is a big old. That's probably why the tyres are degrading so significantly.
Let's take a. Oh, yeah, that's hot. That's blisteringly hot for Silverstone.
Yeah, and normally at Silverstone, yeah, if it's partly cloudy, expect rain inbound at some point. But yeah, that is not. That is about 40 degrees centigrade on that front when it comes to Celsius and Fahrenheit. Meantime, Jed Cotterman closing in on Jacob, and
yeah, these two here have.
now, is it father and son?
It is, yes.
Okay, so yeah, the father will want to get past the son very, very quickly, but there's a McLaren right on on Jed 6, which I think might possibly be. Could be Spencer Duquette, if I'm
I
not
think
mistaken.
it is Spencer, yeah.
Yeah, so Spencer's going to be chomping at the bit to get through, and Jed's going to line it up the inside of Jacob, going down the hanger straight at over 150 into the right hander here at Stowe Corner. And Jacob might need to open up his steering a little bit, as Spence has a little bit of a wobble as they go into Vale. There's a bit of a clash between the McLarens, and Spencer manages to get back through this. Well, that was a little bit of a wobble, then a slight touch as Spencer. Oh, and Jacobs just lost it coming out of club. So maybe if he didn't get the all clear, then he's decided to throw caution to the wind. And, you know, at 40 minutes in, if he's got that far with that kind of injury, hats off to him.
Well, he actually has his camera on, but for some reason, it's not showing up on the stream because I can see his camera. That's interesting. He does not look like he's driving with a sling on, so he must be at least somewhat functioning with the second arm there. So is that Jacob that's got the black flag there? Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. So he must have hit his incident point limit. So
he's not done yet.
No, he's done a bit of drifting as well. But also, Lance Campbell had to serve a black flag as well.
Oh my gosh!
So
no, what?
That would probably might be for incident points.
That would be shocking considering he's been the leader. I mean, I can't imagine what else it would be.
Well, the thing is that this circuit, it might be fast, it might be flat out, but you still got to make sure that you stay within track limits. So now Lance has rejoined in 7th position. Yeah, 104 degrees Fahrenheit is 40 degrees centigrade. So there's a big. So it's a air temperature 71.6 Fahrenheit, folks. So, interesting. But the thing is that Lance now, I mean, he's got a big lead in the standings anyway with 2 rounds to go.
Yeah.
He just needs to bring the car home every single race and he's wrapped up the title. But he'll want to make sure that by the end of this race that there's as much damage limitation as humanly possible. But when that black flag has put him nearly 30 seconds behind the 619 Mustang of Christopher Grondin, then, you know, I'm sure that Lance will be pushing that Cayman GT4 to its limits.
I have no idea what caused that. I just went back and looked, and I see no evidence that he has one off track marked by the software. Doesn't mean they didn't happen, but still, usually it tells me somebody went off track, you know.
Unless it's a pit lane infraction.
That's the only thing I could think of is that he sped leaving pit lane or crossed the merge line too soon or something like that.
Yeah, that's another one where they can pick up the black flag for it as well. So exiting the pit lane and crossing the white line with at least one wheel. And that means that Cole Maley now leads the way in the 06 Mercedes GT4.
Yep, Bill.
So,
What's he? What's He sure is
I don't know.
animated with his hands for a guy who's driving.
Well, he's definitely taught. I don't know whether he's lambasting somebody, giving their right ear hole a little bit of a telling off. I
I
don't
mean, it
know,
seems
but
like it doesn't. It looks like it, which is not really his style normally. But yeah, I don't know. He was very animated with his hands there.
Be quite interesting to find out if we do get the opportunity post race to have a chat with Cole.
Well, he's got a 28-second lead, so I think that at this point it's going to be short of a major incident happening. I think we will be talking to him.
Well, in the meantime, Kurt Baszler has been making some strides forward in GT3 Pro-Am. He's now up into P3 because he's just got through on the blue McLaren, number 21 of Jason Holland, who we saw got that little biff up the back end. And I think if we can go to Brian Scott, who's in the 46, who's leading the Pro-Am class, yes, there was a little bit of a, moment where Jason put on the brakes coming into the pit lane, and then I think Brian mistimed his braking point and went straight bang smack into the back of Jason when they went in for their pit stop. So, but that car.
I was seeing how much time he spent on pit road to see if he repaired any damage. It does not look like he repaired any damage when he was there,
unless he used his fast repair, which would have
well, that's true.
minimized.
Yeah, that would have. Yeah. By the way, here, let's take a look at our big gainers in the race while we're here.
Yeah.
So, biggest movers so far.
Mark Ozier gained 13 places. And then we got Jacob Cotterman, Francis Crosby, Harrison Holiday, Chad Gross, biggest movers so far. So good work by those particular biggest movers in the race so far in terms of how things are going. We are into the final quarter of an hour here at Silverstone for round 10 of the Ultimate GT Challenge. Best battles, well, Justin Welsh just ahead of Stephen Smith. The battle is about 0.35 of a second. Kurt Baszler and Kurt Baszler and Jason Holland, which is the closest battle out on track, as things will definitely come to a crescendo here at Silverstone. And when it comes to the final 15-10 minutes of a race, these drivers will have been at full focus for 45 minutes, plus the 10-minute qualifying session, as it is 3 wide at the moment going down the main straightaway. And you can just see how quickly Smith and Welsh are siding their way through back marker traffic, as is Daniel Schmal in the BMW that was at the sharp end of the field. But of course, with that lap 1, turn 1 incident at Abbey, and Schmal trying to dive to the inside at the loop, now might get the run on the Mustang, and through he goes at Aintree. Nice move by Daniel Schmal, now up to 6th spot in the pro side of things.
We also saw him have a little bit of another spin later, a little half spin. He didn't wreck it or anything, but he definitely spun. Speaking of wrecking it, let's see what happened here.
Oh, this is Brandon Herzing, and that was right behind. I think that was James Langevin, and Brandon's exited the server, not just exit stage left, I'm afraid.
Yeah, he definitely did, didn't he? Apparently, Jacob's starting to struggle a little bit. He's had several off tracks and then jumped to the pits. I think that might be catching up with him a little bit tonight. This is like I said, I know he just got out of the orthopedics yesterday, so I think we definitely lost. We definitely had an exit stage left there earlier. That's I think Jacob might be done too.
Yeah, well, Mark Ozier's just been in the pits as again, so Mark has now rejoined. So we've lost Jacob Cotterman. Brandon Herzing has managed to, I think, just reconnect to the server and is back on. So let's have a look what happened to Mark. Now this might not be very good going down into Stowe Corner. And he's going to throw the number 17 McLaren into Stowe. Now, what's going to happen here is just going to wait and see.
Oh, just pit road. That's what it is. Okay.
So he's just coming to the pits. So
yeah. Let's see. Now we've got as we come back to live, we've got another. Here's somebody we haven't talked about at all.
That's Skylar Daly from Throttleworks Racing, who's gone. Oh, well, that's a bit of a moment there going through. I think that might be Brooklands, Luffield, and Woodcote, possibly. No, it's the final couple of corners at Club Corner. So Skylar just getting it a little bit deep on the brakes going out of Vale and into Club, but manages to keep the Throttleworks Racing number 22 Ford Mustang GT4 on the black stuff, as Daniel Schmoll is now trying to. He's got past on Stephen Smith, and now he's flashing the headlights at the GT4 in front. So that is going to be DJ Patterson. And Daniel Schmoll going through at high speed, probably about the best part of 120 miles an hour through Copse Corner, and is closing that gap. It was about 2 seconds between him and Francis Crosby just up ahead. So we're coming into the final 10 minutes as we get the wonderful bit of telemetry up here. So out of Chapel, 100 miles an hour, up to fourth gear, now pedal to the metal. And that gap is coming down just under 1.2 seconds, so 153, 154 on the speedo, drops it down to third as a little bit more dark. Oh, that has gone very, very dark, very, very quickly here at Silverstone.
Welcome to Silverstone.
Exactly, welcome to Silverstone. So that has gone from daytime to a little bit of darkness in the skies above. So
that'd be crazy if it dumped some rain on us here in the last 10 minutes.
Well, you never know. You never know at the Home of British Motorsport, but there is a little bit of sunshine peering around parts of the circuit. But now Daniel Schmoll has closed that gap as he is right with, and he's gotten through on Crosby. Great move through into Village, now into the loop. So Daniel Schmoll has recovered. And he's only 2 places down on where he started this race over 50 minutes ago, and that was P2. So the next target on his list.
He's pretty fast.
Yeah. And
he's had 2 incidents and he's back up to 4th place.
It just goes to show that at some points, yeah, you can lose your bearings on the opening lap, but then it's how you gather yourself up, pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and go, right, okay, I've got nothing to lose and everything to gain. And he's done a pretty good job. Meantime, at the moment, Brian Scott now leads in the Pro-Am class, and here is the battle for P2. We're on board with Kurt Baszler in the number 396 Porsche 992 911 GT3R, and they are coming down the national pit straight into Copse Corner. They're going to drop it down to 4th gear, 108 miles an hour on the apex. And the Corvette and the Porsche pretty evenly matched at this moment in time. They go through Maggotts, Becketts. Baszler should be able to catch up a little bit to the Corvette. So the Corvette over the years, normally we would see it with a big snarling, LS V8 underneath the bonnet of it. Now we've got a car that's mid-engine rear-wheel drive and is able to cope with its centre of gravity a lot better. But Baszler
still a handful, though.
It is still a handful.
That is honestly, to me, that's the toughest GT3 car to drive. A lot of people, I haven't put a lot of time in the new Aston Martin. A lot of people were struggling really bad with it when it came out. But the Corvette, man, I love a Corvette, but it is tough to drive.
Yeah, it's kind of, when this, the 8th generation of the Corvette came out, there were a lot of people that were going like, why did you make it mid-engine? Well, what do you think? As we've now got a battle for P4, Jason Holland versus Jed Cotterman for the position. So Jed has managed to gather himself up. Looks like we have lost again Brandon Herzing and of course Jacob Cotterman. So looks like Spencer Ducat called it time after 20 laps as we're into the final 7 minutes of the race here for the Ultimate GT Challenge presented by MotorMouth Broadcasting. A big thank you to everyone that has been watching long. So we've seen some welcome messages in the YouTube channel. Don't forget, if you haven't already, like, share and subscribe. And we have still got a raging battle for P5, and now it's going to be between, you called it right, Jim, Crosby and Smith. Ding round 15,
Oh,
I
you
think,
knew
at
it
this
was
point.
coming. Yeah, oh yeah. These two, they
But
can't get away from each other.
I know they're magnetised at the bumper, but they've also got Justin Welsh and the Mustang closing in on their
They
six
do.
as well, as these three are covered by less than a second. And in the twisty stuff going through at Maggotts, Becketts and Chapel, Smith was nearly crawling all over the back bumper and the rear wing, Francis Crosby. But the Mercedes able to stretch its legs, but the BMW is more of the all-rounder when it comes to GT3 preferences on the iRacing server, and Stephen Smith closing that gap down, but Welsh down the hanger straight, able to close the gap to under half a second on Smith as they head through into club. And meantime, the battle for fourth place still carrying on. Meantime, now look at the gap between the top three. Brian Scott is quite a lot. Is not that far away. The gap between them. Now look, Miller and Baszler have pulled each other along, and that is going to be so decisive, because if they start battling in the next couple of minutes, this could mean that Jason Holland and Jed Cotterman could be embroiled in the battle for the Pro-Am race victory here at Silverstone as we enter into the final 5 minutes. And there is Scott, there is Miller, there is Baszler. Miller's going to try and go for the undercut here through at Aintree, and the Corvette does not make it quite through, but Baszler's got the run coming down the Wellington Straight at over 130 miles an hour. Baszler, I think, will probably be on the inside, and he's got a nose ahead through into Brooklands. The Porsche makes it through.
Whoops.
And more to the
Sorry
point.
about that.
That's okay. Don't worry about that. I'm keeping an eye on exactly what I'm seeing on the screen, and I'm not worried about the track map inadvertently just popping up onto the screens there. But
people
never mind.
needed to know, I think, you know.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Now, this is a great battle right here.
That's still a great battle at the moment, because these three are still battling away. A second between them as we have close to 4 minutes to go. And now Baszler finding himself being reeled in by Miller once again as they go through into this corner complex. And the Porsche having the handle on the Corvette as they come out of Chapel Curve, and now they're going to go down the hanger straight. Scott's gotten it. I think Scott's just been given a little bit of a lifeline, because Baszler got through on Miller. They started battling tete-a-tete, but they've got some back marker traffic to deal with. The back marker keeps it out of the way. So, and the GT4, I think that might have been possibly Michael Smith, as kept himself out of harm's way, but Jed Cotterman has just got himself a black flag, ladies and gentlemen, with 3.5 minutes to go.
Yeah, I think that came with the courtesy of this.
Oh, he's dived up the inside and he's lost the back end, and whoopsie daisy, round he goes.
So not only did he spin there, I think that maybe pushed him to his incident limit. I'm not sure, but it would appear that way, because that's where the black flag came from.
Yeah, and he's just gone to serve it straight away. He doesn't want to have a post-race penalty of 40 seconds added to his time. But look, Baszler now on the back of Scott is going to dive to the inside once again. The Porsche trying to go through on the McLaren. This is going to be really, really tight here at Brooklands, now into Lovefield. Baszler to the outside. He can't get the over-rotation through. And Miller is going to be there waiting in the wings. Through out of Woodcote they now go. Baszler's going to try and get the overspeed down the national pit straight. He's keeping the Porsche to the outside. Do not try and go around the outside at Copse Corner. No, that's never going to work, I'm afraid. But he's going to keep it line astern. And he's got the whole shot coming through out of Copse. Into Maggotts we go. This is going to be a left-hander coming up. Baszler tries to get to the inside, uses the sausage curb ever so slightly, but then loses a little bit of time to Scott and then gets closed in on by Miller. this is going to go right down to the wire.
Yep, this is
But
it's good stuff here, though.
yeah, the thing is that next time around, I think we will get the white flag for Derek Volker in the 410 Mustang that is continuing to lead the pro class, as once again that is John Voigt, who's managed to get up into P4 in the meantime in the GT4 division. And Miller might lose a little bit of real estate here as they go through into Club Corner. And Derek Volker's nearly 50% of the way through the lap. So, and there he is. He's coming down the national pit straight. So we might still be, yeah, we're 50% of the way through the lap. So he's running at a 2-minute 2 effectively. So we'll be pretty much 1 plus 1 more, including this, to go. Excuse me, to go. So for Zoot Lord Racing, he's definitely got an extensive lead at the moment, but the battle for the GT3 Pro-Am is coming down to the wire. Kurt Baszler trying to throw everything in the playbook at Brian Scott, including the kitchen sink, but nothing's quite sticking just yet. Down the Hanger Straight, he's got the slipstream. He's pulled out, I think, a little bit too early. Well, down the Wellington Straight into Brooklands. So we are going to have one more lap after this as they come out of Luffield, and once again Baszler's going to lose time as the McLaren stretches its legs. White flag will be in the air this time as Derek Volker crosses the line with just about 16 seconds to go. There's Michael Anderson.
Volker here, but
yeah, Volker now making his way through Abbey into Farm Curve for what will be the 30th and final time into Village. The tight right-hander then into the tight left here at the loop.
Come back here real quick, although this seems to be kind of sorting itself out on its own here.
Yeah, Miller's lost a big old chunk of time to Baszler and Scott, and yeah, Miller did a 2:03.7. Baszler still chomping at the bit to try and get through on Brian Scott. He nearly went for the undercut there through at Stowe Corner. We have exceeded the 60 minutes. Is there going to be a dive bomb attempt? Miller's got a slow down penalty, so he might have just exceeded track limits as Brian Scott makes a complete pig's ear of that going through Club Corner, and even Baszler does that in sympathy going through the halfway point of Club and onto the Hamilton Straight.
Let's see where our leader's at here.
Yeah, he's just coming through Copse Corner now with a 21.8 second advantage. Up from 4th on the grid is Derek Volker in the number 410. So Derek's done a really, really good job. Started from 4th on the grid. And Justin Bock rounding out P2. Chad Gross rounding out the top 3. Daniel Schmoll now up in 4th. But look at this.
Miller.
Yeah, well, Miller's started to come back. And Baszler, oh, you're brave if you're going to try and do the sweep around here at Brooklands, but he might try and time it to get the inside line if it can't be out of Luffield to try and get the overspeed. But we know the Porsches that do struggle a little bit in the straight line stuff, but as long as you can get that slipstream, he's got the wipers going frantically. Has the 396, but the check-it is out. Derek Volker wins round 10 of the season by a whopping 20 plus seconds, and Baszler and Scott are embroiled in battle. Baszler's got the Scott's got the high beams on at the minute. Cole Maley has taken the win in GT4, but look at this. Oh, that was Skylar Daly in front.
that was a bad time for him to pop up. Well, for Kurt it was anyway. Yeah, Kurt might lose. He might lose second here.
He's got to be very, very careful because they're coming down the Hanger Straight for the final time. Justin Bock and Chad Gross will round out your top 3 in the pro side of things as they go into Stowe Corner for the final time. Miller's going to go for the undercut. He gives a little bit of a love tap to the back of Baszler, which punts the Porsche forward. And inadvertently, through that slight momentum, that is going to give Brian Scott the win in GT3 Pro-Am, the number 46 Castrol liveried McLaren, as Baszler goes very, very wide coming out of Club Corner for the final time. It's Scott that wins, Baszler second, Miller rounds out.
Oh my gosh, and Chad Gross just picked up a slowdown. I don't know if we got black flags out here for a couple of guys.
Voigt.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
I
that's
think
gonna
it's all post race. I think it's all post race, but I think John Voigt will find himself a little bit further down the order,
his
probably.
his camera's frozen again. All
Yeah,
right.
whilst turning left, but Kurt Baszler so close. Had it not been for Skylar Daly accidentally being in the way there, but that's part and parcel of racing. Jed Cotterman comes through and finishes P5 in that race, but well, what can you say about that one, Jim? That was a very, very interesting race here in the tail end of this third season of the Ultimate GT Challenge live from Silverstone.
That was a wild one, man. The beginning of that race was mass chaos. I'm still not sure what happened there. Yeah. All right. Let's see. I think we got our results here now. Let's get those up.
Okay, well, let's take you
Oh,
through the provisional results of Season 3, Round 10 of the MotorMouth Broadcasting Ultimate GT Challenge live from Silverstone. Derek Folker takes the win in overall and also in GT3 Pro, ahead of Justin Bock by nearly 22 seconds. Chad Gross rounds out your top three. Daniel Schmoll, Francis Crosby rounds out your overall top five. Justin Welsh, Stephen Smith, and Harrison Holiday round out the top eight. Brian Scott wins in GT3 Pro-Am ahead of Kurt Baszler and Chet Miller, who were about a second apart, those top three, at the end of the race. Jason Holland rounding out the top 12 and the top four in Pro-Am. Michael Anderson finishes 13th, ahead of Jed Cotterman and Mark Ozier, who rounds out the majority of the people that finished the race in GT3 Pro-Am. Cole Maley takes the GT4 win. And then James Langevin and Hunter Gerard round out your top three in GT4 ahead of Michael Smith. Lance Campbell, series leader, picks up a black flag, but still managed to claw himself up into a top five finishing position ahead of Christopher Grondin. John Voigt drops down to 22nd as a result of the black flag ahead of Skylar Daly. And then we had our following retiring drivers out of the remainder, so 8 in total. Jacob Cotterman, Brandon Herzing, Spencer Duquette, DJ Patterson, Nathan Biggett, Guilherme Oliveira, Travis Roberto, the biggest casualty in the Mac 10 Motorsports Mustang, and Aidan Kiley not taking to the grid on that one. Well, but of course, those results are provisional depending on whether any protests or any appeals get sent in to the organisers that be, but we have got some drivers to have a chat with in our post-race interview show. So
well,
let's go first of all to
let's pull Cole in first since he's a GT4 winner.
Yeah, let's bring the man in.
Do you have the ability to pull him in, or do I need to do that?
2 seconds.
You do?
Well, in GT4?
Cole? Yes.
Hey,
Hello.
GT4. Look, it's Cole Malley.
There we go. Cole Malley.
Hello, how are you?
Good. Congratulations on the W, because Lance dropped the ball a little bit. He got a black flag.
Absolutely. We joke in the GT4s that the only person that can beat Lance is Lance.
And Silverstone was his duff round, I think, a little bit here, Cole, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. It was absolutely a tough track, but yeah, it's a good race.
So still, nevertheless, you picked up the win ahead of James by about 31 seconds come the end of it, but it's a bit difficult around here when you've got these fire-breathing GT3s running around you, haven't you?
Oh, absolutely. I think this has been one of the toughest tracks, and the tire model has really changed the way that we interact with the GT3s, because we need so much more space now that the GT3s just aren't prepared for. And it's nothing that they can get ready for until they really know how it works. So, absolutely.
But still, winning at Silverstone's a pretty good feeling, isn't it?
It is. I think it's a very difficult track. There's a lot of skill. The skill ceiling is very high, and it feels good. It feels good. I hate to do it at Lance's expense, but I'm happy with it.
He's got a pretty healthy points lead, so he probably can survive it. And
yes.
Plus, you got to win as Bill Nye the Science Guy tonight, so there's that.
Oh yes, absolutely.
The lab coat, we appreciate that as always. We liked the Black Ops look the other night. We just didn't have quite enough light in the room to see you. You literally did blend into the background there. But
I'll need to fix that up. Yeah.
that was a good one. It was just hard to see. But yeah, congratulations, man! Another a good win for you tonight. I mean, once Lance had some trouble, though, you had a huge lead, so you were taking care of business. That everything that Lance couldn't do for you, you did for yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
It was. I think I put in a lot of practice on this track because I knew it'd be difficult. So.
Well, that pays off, especially here. This is a tough place for sure, and we're actually looking forward to you. Cole reached out this week about doing some laps for us for the pre-race in-car laps. So we're looking forward to having those next season. That's going to be a lot of fun. So especially if we know what costume you're wearing. By the way, Alex had a costume suggestion.
Yes.
Oh
was
dear.
it? Yeah, this is probably going to be pretty bad.
Well, no. Well, this is for the season finale at Daytona in a couple of weeks' time. If you can you do your best Charles Leclerc banana impersonation for us?
Charles Leclerc. Oh my goodness. Well, it's interesting that you say that. Have you ever seen Rick and Morty?
Yes.
You ever seen the episode where he turns into a pickle?
Oh, you've got a pickle costume. There we go.
I will neither confirm nor deny any such allegations.
That means yes.
well, I mean,
surprise
Charles Leclerc, the banana, Cole Malley, the pickle. I'm down for it. If you can drive in that pickle costume, that's going to be epic, just for the record.
You know what? It was hard enough to drive in a paintball mask. I'm sure I can manage.
I'm sure you'll be absolutely fine, Cole, but well done tonight with the win.
All right, buddy. Go ahead. Yeah. Do your shout outs.
Always thanks to you guys. We really appreciate the time. The announcements are always great. And also thank you to my wife who allows me to do this. And I have to shout out my daughter as well because she's awesome and I love her. That's all. Thank you.
All right, buddy. Thanks.
Brilliant. Thanks a lot, Cole.
Yep. Bye-bye.
All right. Okay. Big thank you to Cole Malley there. I think next up we should bring in Brian Scott. Let's bring him in. Brian Scott, you are live here in the post-race interview show.
What's going on?
GT3 Pro-Am winner. That was a close battle at the end, wasn't it?
Yeah. That was I was puckered up the whole time. That was for sure.
That was a lot of fun, though.
Yeah, I got hung up on that GT4 traffic, and then I saw him coming up behind me. I said, "Oh man!" I thought I had a nice little easy coast to the end. I think I had like a 2-second gap, and that went away pretty quick.
Yeah, we did notice that Kurt and Chet were closing in your six very, very quickly, and then they ended up bringing the fight to you. But I wanted to have just a quick chat. I mean, what happened going in for your pit stop? Because I think you gave Jason a little bit of a tap on the rear bumper by accident.
Yeah, he hit the brakes a little earlier than I was expecting. I guess he was going maybe a little fast or something, but I'd actually timed it out in practice, so I had a pretty good braking point to really jam it in there and try to save a little time, but wasn't expecting them to like really slam on the brakes. So I don't think it really did any damage, but I had a fast repair and I just went ahead and burned it just in case.
Yeah, and that kept your, I have to say, lovely livery on the McLaren, by the way. Love the Castrol livery. It works on any particular car that you can put it to, and
that's a true story.
Your livery is incredibly striking.
Oh yeah, I always loved the Tom Supra from Gran Turismo A-Spec when I was playing that when I was a kid. So anytime I could find one, I'll slap it on anything I have.
Yeah, but I mean, you had to make that McLaren as wide as humanly possible when Kurt was trying to dive up the inside, and then you nearly had a moment coming out of the final corner last lap, and then Kurt did exactly the same. It's tough when you've got a very, very challenging circuit. You're at full throttle for 70% of the time. You've got to measure your braking points and apex speeds really, really on point here at Silverstone, haven't you?
Oh yeah, that, and it didn't help. The track was extremely hot for the time of year. I don't know what was going on with that, but that was awful. It was like grease out there. And then I probably should have taken tires because they were just wearing out so fast, but I didn't to save a little time on pits. And I think at the end you could really feel it starting to give.
Well, nevertheless, you still picked up the win here at Silverstone, Brian. So congratulations on the W. Before we let you go, anyone you'd like to shout out to tonight?
Yeah, just Kurt and Chet back there, man. That was fun. It's always a good time to have an actual race at the end instead of just kind of cruise around. But so that was pretty nice. Had to pull out my defensive playbook there at the end. He was trying every way he could get. I don't know how I held on because Kurt's pretty fast.
Well, nevertheless, Brian, congratulations on the win on Pro-Am, and we'll see you next week at round 11 at Spa.
All right, man. Y'all have a good one.
Right. Big thank you there to Brian Scott, our Pro-Am winner. And I think last but by certainly no means least, we need to bring in the man that ruled the roost overall and won by 22 seconds. Let's bring in Derek Folker. Derek, good evening.
Good evening.
Well,
man, I tell you what, it was hard to find. It was hard to find highlights of you. You were just so far out there in front, man. There wasn't a lot of highlights to look at.
Yeah, it was a little spicy out there to start the race. We had a little bit of minor contact, I think. I'm not exactly sure what happened.
Were you involved in that? Did you get a piece of that?
I did. I did get a 4X at the beginning of the race there, turn 1, turn 2. Yeah, it was a little spicy. Finally made it out. Was thankful I didn't have any damage and was able to continue on.
We were talking about that. Did you get into the back of someone? Yeah, right after the start of the race there, did you get in the back of was it Schmal? Who was it?
I think there was a red BMW right in front of me. I know I had a really good jump off the line. Was definitely pushing him down the straight. I may have pushed him a little too much to start the race, and just on the cold tires, it's a little unpredictable.
Yeah, there it is right there. Okay.
That caused a billiards kind of effect because Daniel then went into Justin, who then managed to make a great recovery. But yeah, I think you got away very, very lightly. Like you said, you got a 4X, but no damage on the car, which meant you were able to push your way to the front. But from then, as they say, when the leader's not being talked about much, you're doing a pretty good job. I mean, how was that Mustang handling out there at Silverstone with the temperatures being at over 100? I think it was 104 we recorded tire temp throughout the majority of that race.
Definitely hot track temp out there today. Definitely needed to take care of those tires. With a lot of those high speed corners, definitely needed to take care of the tires and ensure that they were able to bring it on home. And the last few laps, I could say they were definitely getting pretty sketchy, but certainly didn't have to over push too much during the race. Just kind of put it on cruise control and kind of maintain the same pace. And it worked out for me today.
Yeah, and of course we've got the penultimate round of the season for season 3 going to Spa next week. The Mustang's going to be pretty strong around there, especially with the amount of torque you get from that wonderfully sounding V8.
Absolutely. Love to hear the engine of freedom running up and down Spa. It's definitely one of my favorite tracks. Definitely looking forward to it. Maybe we'll see a little bit of rain and make it a little bit interesting.
That was about as American of an answer that you could give right there. The engine of freedom.
It's freedom units.
Good old Detroit muscle. There we go. We like it. We like it here. But Derek, congratulations on the W here tonight at Silverstone. Before we let you go, anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, definitely want to give a shout out to all the guys in the league here. Love racing with these guys. It's been a great series so far. Appreciate everything you guys are doing at MotorMouth Broadcasting, and definitely give a shout out to the guys back in the shop at Zoot Lord Racing.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Derek, and we'll see you next week for the penultimate round of season 3.
Thank you.
I know we've got one more in there, but I believe we're kind of out of time. I hate to skip an interview, but we got the winners in. I think we need to probably pull the plug on that. Unfortunately, we've passed our time limit here.
Yeah, well, folks, what a roller coaster ride it's been here at the Home of British Motorsport here on MotorMouth Broadcasting for live coverage of Round 10, Season 3 of the Ultimate GT Challenge from Silverstone. You've been in the company of Alex Goldschmidt and Jim Cunningham. So, Volker, Scott, and Maylie come out on top here at the Home of British Motorsport. What will transpire 7 days from now at the Ardennes Forest at the Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps? Join us, same place, same time next week, just 7 days from now, as we'll roll on to round 11 of the Ultimate GT Challenge live from Spa-Francorchamps. This has been a MotorMouth Broadcasting production, and as always, race hard, race fair, and when in doubt, like here at Silverstone, you better go flat out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Good night.